Good morning. Welcome to Sawlogs Plastic Hubs. This is Jim. Welcome to my shop. I decided you've been looking at me on another view for a while, so we decided to change it. Today is a typical video with projects, things that I'm working on. I hope you really enjoy my videos. Please comment and when you do. So, with no further ado, let's move right on into the project. And we'll see you at the end. Have a great day. Okay, everybody, you're hanging around the shop with Jim today. You pulled up a chair, I hope. And we'll have a project for the day. I got a request from my stepdaughter to make her a wine rack. It's kind of hard to see because part of it's this right here is Lexan. I had a sheet of it I'd gotten for another project. It's sort of stillborn. And so this is made, it's got four different materials in it. You got a Lexan base, you have aluminum with Durlin rest here so you can set it on your tables and not scratch it. And then you hold the whole thing together with little brass thumb screws. And this is all ready to go. I finished it up. So, the saying is, the machinist makes a wine stopper rack. So, hope you enjoy the video today. Alright, what I'm doing is I'm truing this up. And to be able to true it up, I've just grabbed a piece of aluminum here. And I'm just sort of holding it until it gets out close to the edge here. Okay, I'm going to do the other side. And it's just, I just wanted to make sure. Again, I just got this piece of aluminum in there as a backer. And I do hit it out there. But to keep it from flopping any, I just took this little piece of, took a pair of vice grips. And all I'm doing is this is the way I make sure this is going to be nice and true for me. And then we're going to do the ends, and I'll just put them up real close to the vise to do the ends here. Because all I'm doing right now is squaring it up. Size is not, I have a rough size. I'll get a finished size once I get ready to do this. But this top piece, this is a precision piece. We want it to be somewhat even. So, all we're doing is just making sure the ends are square. That's all this is for. Alright, I'm going to do the ends. Alright, now we're just doing down this end, and I'm just taking a little old bitty light skin cut. And I may still have to come some more. I'm just trying to get a little off of it, square it up. And that's all, just trying to get us we're going to have some movement because this is not the most stable material setup wise. And we're just trying to get an end that don't look so banged up. We're not going to take a lot off because I tried. We'll go about 10 more thou on that side. So I'll bring you back. Okay, I've got it laid out now. Whoops, excuse me. I've got it laid out now. This is the hardest part is ejecting it. You can't really do a good ejection on these. So I'm going across. I'm putting 6 holes across the back of this, and then we're going to put 5 holes across the front. So, 4 holes across the front, excuse me, to give us a total of 10 holes. Right, what we're doing now, we've got all the holes in it. Now we'll go in and drill. Clearance holes, the legs. And so, what I'm going to do is basically re-zero here. And I'm going to set a stop, save me some resets. And we're going to put 4 holes in it for the legs. This is going to be a wine stopper rack. So this is the back row is going to have decorative wine stoppers in it. Then the front row. And the way I designed it, so you can hold 10 in it, so you can seal. If you've got like different head sizes, so basically I've got a pretty good little circle between these holes. They may be a little, I don't really know what size the heads are going to be. So this is just a guessing by gosh. So I'm hoping that the smaller head ones will fit on the back, the decorative ones, and the bigger ones can go on the front. So we'll see as we go. Okay, did I get it in time? Okay. Basically what I've done is I just turned it 180 degrees. And this is the 3rd hole right here. And then I'm going to go down here and then I'll have to refine my 0 and I'll set it again. So then it's a simple, I have to refine, well, I've only got to refine 2 zeros. And instead of I could turn it around, flip it around, but I don't feel comfortable with that. So this way I know I'm fairly within a thou or two of being where it need to be. A thou or two is not going to matter. We got to make the legs anyway, so I'm going to 0 this up and drill a hole. All right, this is going to be the base plate. Here it is, drilled out. So this, the way this is going to lay, I'm hoping it's the back and this is the front. So now I've got to make the legs. Okay, now what we're going to do now is we're going to get ready to do the legs. And what my plan here is we're going to basically face this piece of aluminum off right here. This is a 3/4 inch piece of aluminum that we have. This is going to be part of the legs. The legs are going to be in 3 parts. They're going to be aluminum, Durling, and brass. Now wait a minute, I need to put center drill in there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to drill these. And we're going to tap these things and 1032. And then that's the plan. Hang on just a minute. I drilled this a 1/2 inch. I don't know if you've seen that or not. Sometimes I try to not do, basically I'm just taking this drill and using it instead of putting the center in it and just hold my hand on it, put a little pressure to get it started. Once you get it started, it's going to go fairly straight. So I'm going to tap this out. And what I'm going to do here is this has got to be done a lot more. But what we're going to do to make our legs look the best, we're going to turn all this down just a bit in a little while. But to make this look its best, we're going to pull it out here, cut it off approximately. I'm just going to set this right here for the time being. I gotta go get a scale, but I'm just going to cut it off a little over 1 inch in width, because we're going to, well, a little less than that. We'll figure it in a minute. If you watched a recent video that I've made, this is some of that Durling that I turned down out of those squares that I showed. And so what we're doing is just facing this off. I got a big step on this one, so I'm trying to get down there and cut some of the center out so I don't have center being too deep. here. In fact, I want to face the whole center off actually, so that I just centered these with the hand drill when I done them, and I'm just trying to get them cleaned up. One of the, so typical Darling wrap. There we go. I think I've got enough center there I can work with. And what we're going to do is basically the same process that we did before. We're just going to go into these about, we've got to go in at least 3/4 to give us enough screw dent. So these parts, that little bit of a wiggle is not going to hurt anything, because we're going to machine this to the other, and it's bigger. Even though there's a little wiggle right there, that's not going to be a big deal, because we're going to, it won't be on the rest of them. That just happened to have an old center in it, and it wanted to wiggle just a bit. We'll cut these off, and from now on, see, I'm going to cut these off a little thicker so I can turn everything to the piece of aluminum. It's going, when I get done, it's all going to be turned in one, you'll see, but it'll all be turned together. That's why I'm making machining this way. So they'll be Loctited. Well, it's plastic sliding. I just don't want to risk breaking a tap on this smaller material. So I prefer not to. It's just, you know, it's just, as long as these two pieces butt up fairly close, we'll be good. Now these I will cut off. Unlike earlier, these I'm going to cut off at length to give me some room to work. Actually, I've got to be at least somewhere. Actually, it's probably, when these will be done, the actual leg will be about half. The actual leg will end up being about 50% aluminum, 50% Darling. And I really didn't want it that way, but with the taps that I have and such, it's going to end up having to be that way. So I'm going to allow some room here. I'm going to allow about 1/4 inch on them. I don't think we need to leave 1/4. We know we want to be about 1/2, so. And we're going to true everything up, so. I tell you what, we're going to true everything up. So what we'll do is we'll true this whole thing up at one time. All right, nubby and all don't matter. All right, we got it darled. Had a little bit of excitement there. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and this is another one of them. I want to slice it up like bologna. And that's why I wanted to knurl so much of it. So that I can make these parts, and so again, this is going to be 3/16. I've got some brass screws that I'm going to install in these. I'm going to go ahead and drill this pretty good ways. Now I don't really need this right now no more, because this is not those precision steps. We're just going to drill this brass up. And I'm going to come back, put a center in it, and then we'll put us a turning tool in, and we'll turn it a little bit, and we'll make us what we want. We may even just come back and tap this thing while we're into this. There's not going to be no bottoming with this, because I'm going to drill these a good ways, and Well, you don't need to see me drill all the way through. Bring you back and start tapping. Okay, I think you can see better now. I've got down here where I don't need the centers and stuff, so you can actually see better. And basically what we've done, we've taken this piece of brass and we knurled it, and the knurls actually came out, despite the fact we had an accident. Actually, the knurls were good. We knurled this piece of brass, and now we're turning it down. What we're doing to put that step in it I was talking about earlier. So we're actually we're machining these down to a 1/2 inch so that it's just a simple matter here, just putting them in, and I need to get the speeds back. Well, I can just leave it there. So I'm about 60 thou. Let's measure that. I can turn it up, and then I'll have to cut the speeds, and I didn't. Okay, like about 20. All right. This is this one. I mean, this is the simplest thing to do. I'm gonna go back and I'll recut that again as soon as I check the size. And okay, I'll run a hand cleanup pass and run the lines out of it. All right. Now, okay. All right, that part's done. Okay, this is going to be the brass thumb screws. Now, I'm not done with them, obviously. So what you're seeing here is basically, this is going to be on the top of it, on each one of the corners. This is going to be for the legs of the unit, and basically what we've done is, if you'll notice earlier, I machined these up in Loctite into one solid unit. So what we're doing now is we're going to turn everything to match, clean it up. There's not really a size to it. It'll be a little under 3/4 of an inch. Okay. So what you see is the piece of white knurling is going to be the piece that will set on a table or whatever. And then the rest of the way through, it's going to be, so I'm just going to turn the knurling off. And then, like I say, I just grabbed this material up. This is some I turned down the other day that was square at one time. A rectangular. I made in the round stock. So, this is, the plan here is simple. There's not going to be a real size to it. I mean, it's going to be an approximate size. I need to get this knurling off of here though, because what we're going to do is we're going to turn this down. Basically, when I'm done, it'll be a one diameter across here. That's the plan, to turn it one down. When I'm finished turning this, it'll be a blended diameter, both of the knurling and the aluminum. There we go. That's what we're looking for right there. This is going to be the legs. I'm going to go ahead and turn these back. To give me plenty of room to cut them off. and then we're going to stop and we're going to cut these off, and then we will come back and we will turn some more of them. So basically this is going to make this a one-piece leg here. And true, now you want to wonder why I didn't worry about a certain amount of things. So I'll just whack this off while I got Johns here with me. Aluminum is like darling. We can run this at a pretty good clip. So we are going to run it at about 200 RPM and whack it off. We'll take us a file here and just kind of round that edge there off. We'll let the lathe do its thing on this end, and we'll get a little cutting oil in here. I like cutting oil when I'm cutting off on aluminum because it will gall, and this way it don't gall. It seems to work better than actually using a WD-40 like compound for me. So now I've got one leg done. I've got to do 3 more of them. That's why I done them the way I did them. So now I can turn them around and do the other operations. This is the last operation right here. It's where we're going to go in and we're going to cut these brass heads off of these thumb screws. I drilled these all the way through because it's simpler to make them this way. So what we're going to do, once I get the gears back up wide open, you think you're in a gear on this lathe, and sometimes you're just not. So there we go. Basically what we're going to do, well, I ain't going to do a thing though. I've got a stop set. That'd be suicide and stupidity on my part. This is to cut the screw off first. Now you've seen me do this before. Nothing new. There may be a new viewer. When I make these type little screws, I cut them off, and I don't necessarily deburr the back ends because I'm Loctiting all this stuff together, and most of my personal thumb screws would be made with just a standard screw in it. But for this project, since it's decorative and all that jazz, I went ahead and I had some brass screws I'd picked up at Lowe's actually for another project. And now, if you can see, there is a screw in it. But this is so it can be mailed and disassembled and all that jazz. So there it is. One of them done. I've got 4 of these to do. And I've got a stop set and everything, so I'm good here. I'll screw this out. Now I just got to rinse and repeat 4 times and we're done. Okay. This is the completed stand. I've got one of them out here so you can see. It's designed to where it could be put together and taken apart. That's what this is for. And the reason behind this is I'm going to mail this stand to her out at Fort Lewis. So basically this is decorative, and you can see the completed project with the legs and everything. So this will sit on a tabletop, and you put your decorative wine stoppers in it. I get these projects all the time. Somebody must think I'm a woodworker, but I do this for fun, and this has been a challenge. I know annular cutters really rock up here, and this is another one of them good uses for my new bandsaw setup, even though this isn't metal. All right, let me, that's what we've got. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was entertaining and somewhat educational. We're always doing some projects in the shop. You know, from watching my videos for a while, my shop's very small. It's kind of out in the backyard. It's my retirement hobby from my 40 years of working at Eaton. Now let's do some housekeeping. This is a copyrighted production of James Deadman, Sawlogs Plastic Hubs, for your enjoyment here watching on YouTube. And I hope to see each and every one of you, the new and old subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, please click. It doesn't cost you anything. Please tell your friends about the channel and get them to come click and be a part of the fun. With that all being said, we will see you on the next video.